Dr. Rajeshwari Skin and Hair Restoration Center, one-stop solution for all your skin and hair problems. Skywalk Robotics, Tamil Nadu Government recognized Drone Training Academy.
No, it was it. We felt it more before the release of the film. Like before the release itself, there was immediately, I think there was like a instant reaction. Key. Oh my God, why are they making on this? No, 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 no. This won't be good. They are not even from here. There are some Hindi people, who won't know about us and won't be represented properly. That kind of things were the initial reactions, and we were like, "What can we?" So we were just thinking, we were kind of taken back by it because we weren't expected. Because we did it with so much love and care. Like, and it's like saying that somebody it's like we're making about our hometown, like in our area, in terms of where we come from, and somebody is just suddenly immediately saying it. So we were just waiting for it to release so that
Yeah. No, basically, yeah. We also even at that time we should have we kind of said that assumptions. Don't make assumptions based on the trailer, on a few things in the trailer. I mean, wait and watch the whole show. And I think once the show came out, everybody got to watch it, and since then there's been no issues.
But you said you were like taken back. What Samantha's reaction, because she was trying something new, and she was eagerly waiting for the release. And how did she manage? What was happening with her? Did she call you both?
she was in the center of it, and then she really worked hard for this character, and she understood the character, she researched the character, wanted to be that, and wanted to portray it rightly. So it meant a lot for her. I'll tell you an incident, right? The first couple of days when we were shooting, very first days, right in the middle of Chennai we were shooting, but we were shooting right in the middle of it. We wanted to be authentic, so we were shooting there, and she was in the character, and we were like, oh wow, she's really good, because we've never seen her in this kind of roles, and she was giving it herself. She was so petite and small, and but she was being so powerful. And like, man, we aced this casting in terms of what a great idea is. What we were looking at each other first. So yeah, anyway, so that happened, and then intense scenes happen where she's feeling about it. She gets a call and she feels emotional about coming back and going for the cause, going for her cause, and she does this very powerful performance and the whole deal. And then once that entire sequence is over, now we go to another sequence. From there, tomorrow we go on to some kind of other stuff, driving, action, whatever. So once this was done, she asked, we did like 2-3 takes, and it was great. And then she asked us, finally, she was just being very quiet, and then she came and asked us, is it are we done with the sequence? And she was just watching us do the final take, and we saw, we're watching, and says, good, we're good, we got it, it's awesome. And then she broke down. She actually started sobbing so badly. All the set, everybody was looking at it. Shit, what happened? We don't know what happened. We don't know her. We just met her like a day ago or like 2 days, whatever. So she's sobbing, and she said, like, I'm sorry. And she just went off to the van, and she came back much later and smiling and normal and all that stuff. And then you realize how much that it took on her. She was in preparation for the role to give her best, and she saw the plight of the people that she was portraying, and she was watching their documentaries and their backstories. So it felt a lot to her. It touched us. She talked about it quite a bit with us about it, and she was sharing facts and all kinds of things. So I'm just saying that it took a lot on her. So imagine someone like her who has put in so much into the role emotionally, and a lot of work. And then suddenly somebody's saying that no, this is not going to be good. It's more about, this is not going to be good. This is going to be wrong. So we were like, no, we are coming from the right place of love and respect. So just please watch and then react. That was it. So it's just ours amplified a bit more for her.
Some interesting collaborations are happening. I've seen few photos coming on internet. I saw you were working with Vijay Sethupathi sir. So how is this, and how did that happen?
We're doing something with Vijay Sethupathi, and like many lakhs of people or whatever, millions of people, we are also big fans of him, and loved him in a lot of things he did. So we were hoping he would do this, because you don't know what everybody's plans are. So So we pitched him quite a few days ago, a few months ago, and then finally we're getting to
Yeah. Last year we pitched him last year, even way before season 2 released and all that. But he was keen on this. He was already planning to do something in
call
Hindi and ஒரு
like
காலி ஆயிப்போச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் சென்னையில போய் அவரை மீட் கூட பண்ணேன். This was
Ah.
right at the time of the lockdown. Of course, everything was in lockdown, so we had locked in on. We had spoken on the phone, Zoom video. Then just on the September time, when the lockdown lifted for a few days, and the time I'd gone down to Chennai, met him in his house,
Okay, but
had
So-
food. So he had, like his home cooked food also I had. So it was very good.
So he what's fun was that he dropped in our sets of Family Man 2 when we hadn't even pitched it. It was
Oh.
before this, so we weren't thinking of casting at that point. He just dropped in to say hi to Manoj Bajpayee. Very sweet of him. He was just shooting somewhere. He heard we were shooting and he liked Manoj. I don't think they're friends either. So he just dropped in. We had a good chat, bunch of us, and suddenly everybody was in awe already. More respect. How nicely he speaks. Look at him, so cool stuff. So suddenly it's more things. So we were even more excited, thinking, what should we do? We must do with something. I just saw a film the other day, Super Deluxe, So we were like, we're glad we're working with him. We're shooting with him tomorrow.
So again, shooting experiences in Chennai. So your favorite hangout spot or restaurants? Did you get anything?
It was so tight in Chennai, but all we did was every day where to call the food from. We couldn't go every time because we were shooting. So I still have those WhatsApp messages from all friends, like different friends. Mainly must try this. And then there's a list of top 5. Don't go by the papers. I'm giving you top 5. So it'd be like food was the biggest deal.
So I was asking DK, did you guys try anything authentic or did you get to?
Yeah. One of the actors, Muthu, right? Muthu, played by Ravindra Vijay, right? He's a local. See, he said, "Sir, in the Sapunana, in the best hotel, he took me to a hotel. It's a biryani type thing, right? And it is the tiniest hotel I have ever seen. Some kind of military hotel மாதிரி ஒரு நாலே பெஞ்ச் தான் இருக்கும், இவ்வளவு ஒன்று இருக்காது, இருட்டா இருக்கும். People are waiting here. As soon as one person finishes eating and gets up, another person will sit, and then everybody's eating the same thing. There is just one biryani and one omelette type thing. Everybody's eating the same thing. One person eats and goes, another person. So that one kind of a place. I was like, okay, this food must be really good. If everybody's waiting in line to eat in this tiny place, it has to be really good. And they're cooking right there in the same room. It's one room. Cooking is happening here. 2 benches are here. You eat, you leave, next person sits. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பிளேஸ் அது.
If you built it up so much, you better give the name, otherwise people won't know where this place is.
அது எனக்கு பேர் I couldn't register the name. It is ஒரு military hotel மாதிரி கான்செப்ட். அதனால தான் அந்த non-vegetarian food was supposed to be so good. I'll find out if you want, but I don't remember the name now. It's
okay.
I think it's not like they have a big Saravana Bhavan அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு போர்டு இருக்காது இல்லையா? ஏதோ சின்னதா எங்கேயோ போர்டு இருக்கும். You don't even know where it is.
Sweet. And I have to talk about one interesting and one most popular characters of the series, Chellam sir.
Chellam character was written as a character who is unlikely to be in a show like this. All right, because the show season 1 and season 2 is very real and grounded and organic, and everything makes sense. But we just desperately wanted to disrupt that little organic nature by having a little bit of idea that one guy knows a lot of answers. So it's a mysterious guy you call, and he calls back, and then it's Suman's favorite character, and we were wanting to do it with somebody fun to who would play it. So we tried casting. We had an original cast, and we even shot for a couple of hours, but he was having a lot of hard time in doing the thing, because I think he wasn't I don't know, he'd been too rusty for too long. He just wasn't able to remember even what is this. He used to forget where he was also a little bit, like where we were in the story and what it was. And then finally he said, I know I thought I could, but it's looking very hard. I'm not able to. He wasn't there all there in a way. So we were desperate in Chennai shooting. We were like, today we couldn't shoot, but tomorrow we have to shoot because we have only so many days to shoot. So we're looking for anybody. And Suman also said, I'll become Chellam, sir. And he started doing. I said, we said like, you're too young to be Chellam. So then we all tried, and then finally they found this man, and suddenly he didn't even know this is going to happen. And yeah, oh my
Yeah,
God.
his is this overnight success thing that you don't expect happening. For him, it is definitely true because it's a fun character, it's a key character, all that is good, but none of us, and definitely not Uday Mahesh, the actor himself, nobody thought that he will become the sensation of the country beyond
God.
Shrikant Tiwari also. And now there are so many memes. I mean, the CBSE did a meme, the INB ministry, every government agency has done one meme. Chellam, sir, how do we pay our taxes? It's like that.
Even Google is coming to Chellam sir and asking for some details.
Yeah.
And as an audience, when I watched Family Man 1, the last 10 minutes was so crucial that made me to go to the next episode. I think that is the best way to finish or write an episode, I think.
A lot of people loved it. A few people were like, I used to get calls at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or messages and sing from friends and people I know. So like, are you serious? You ended the series like that. Now I have to wait. You better release it soon. So I used to get angry calls, and in a strange way, they loved it, but then
Yeah.
also like, what? Are you crazy? Why would you do that to
Yeah,
me?
yeah. It is good at an episodic level, but what he's saying is when you do it at a season level, people are like, now you better come out with the next season soon.
True that.
Right?
Family Man season 1, that was super duper hit, and we audience, we were like badly waiting for the next season. Or what did you earn from the success of Family Man season 1?
Well, it was much bigger than what we expected. So it was great. We learned, and what I really learned from season 1 is the fact that how series are forefront in terms of entertainment for us, and how far we didn't realize that series were as big as films in a way for filmmakers like us, because we had to put aside like 2 films. We refused, we kind of turned down 2 films to do at that point to take on the Family Man series. So that felt good, that we actually took the right decision in trying to get into series.
But did it create any kind of pressure, or apart from the happiness, or apart from the overwhelming response, did you guys have any kind of pressure, like we have set a benchmark now, we have to break it? What was happening?
We had written it. We had written it some 6 months before when season 1 was being edited, and by the time season 2 was getting released, we were already shooting. We had shot 2 schedules. We had 1 more schedule left, and so there's really not much we could do. So I think we beat the pressure, and midway through we realized, oh my God, season 1 has done so well. There's going to be so much expectations on season 2. I hope it satisfies that requirement, is what we thought. But there's really not suddenly us sitting and thinking and changing. There's not much to do at that point. We think season 2 is actually better than season 1. That was the feeling we all had. Like everybody was reading the script and all of us working on it. We were thinking that. But of course, we didn't know how good Family Man 1 was for the audience. And then, of course, when it came out, then we were like, oops, so we better be as good, if not better.
So I'd like to know the writing process, because when one single idea comes out, when I'm thinking something, I can write it on my own. But when 2 people coming together, so how does it work? You are a successful duo, so will you have any kind of difference of opinions, or how do you just come to a single point? What is the process?
Season 2, just as we finished shooting of season 1, and it took some 8 months for the post-production editing process, and that's how long it took for the scripts to be ready, 8-9 months. So yeah, for season 2. So it takes a long time. It takes, I wouldn't even be exaggerating if I say it takes about a year to develop a season of a good show.
These are full-blooded scripts, right? And you're writing from out of thin air, really. There is no book to go off of. There is no remake. So these are mostly original ideas. The rest of them are inspired from newspaper stories, stuff you listen, stuff you take. So you have pieces of stuff, but you're creating characters out of nothing. So it does take, the first season took even longer, but the just the concept of it has been in our heads for years, and the
Okay.
core story. But once you sit down, three of us were sitting down and breaking down each episode. No idea, because you've never done this before. You are a filmmaker, you made films, but you've never made a series before.
Correct.
So, and there is nobody you worked with, there's no series that you've analyzed so far. It's just been whatever you've seen on HBO at that point, or Netflix and stuff. That's it. And so you start writing, and then you are literally reinventing the wheel. How do you create an episode? So it's like basics. What's that one? Act two. How many acts should it be? What should we do? And how many and we didn't take on a simple season, like a simple series where there are like a fewer characters and simpler premise. This is like all over. There's like too many subplots, lots of themes, lots of stuff. So yeah.
And I have to talk about Srikanth Tiwari. How did you just build the character? You had any references or?
I've had not references like in pieces. Srikanth Tiwari is really an amalgamation of pieces of things that we've seen in people. I was telling my uncle the other day in a family Zoom call that he was a CID officer, gadgets, and the whole James Bond thing. And so we said, finally, when we said that this should be just like anybody else, just like a guy who does it like a job, job. No? And you have your problems, ki, "Arey yaar, loan chahiye, sir, loan de do," or or saying my car is not working properly, and the kid is like, "Daddy, please." So you have, and now he's become so real, so Indian, that nothing of it looks derivative anymore. It's not like Tom Cruise or somebody else. That's
the Indian James Bond, right? I mean, he's a government agent.
Season 1 வந்து லோனாவாலால என்ன நடந்ததுன்னே காட்டாம விட்டுட்டீங்க. சரி, சீசன் 2லயாவது அதை பத்தி சொல்லுவீங்க அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். அதுல ஒரு வார்த்தை கூட அதை பத்தி பேசல. என்னதான் நடந்தது?
அது ஏன் அவ்வளவு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு எனக்கு புரியல. அது
because you're hiding it. That's why that creates more curiosity.
எல்லாமே அங்கே இருக்கு. whatever you want to see, whatever you want to absorb, அங்க இருக்கு. I don't know why it needs to be spelled out.
Srikanth Tiwari also has a sense of what has happened, right? So nobody has told him also what happened. So the audience also, they have a sense of what happened. They're seeing it, they're looking at the people, they're looking at Priyamani's character, how it progresses in season 2, all that. So I think the answers are all there. You just want to believe something, and you want us to say what it is.
As every other Family Man fan and your works fan, I am waiting for season 3 and other work also. So thank you so much. Keep inspiring us, keep entertaining us. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been lovely talking to you, and
glad we did.
Good. We'll try entertaining you as much as we can. Yeah.
Thank you so much.